This is Planet Earth. Everyone you've ever known, everything you've ever done, it's on there right here on Planet Earth. And here we have a whole lot of heat going on across, the continent for the most part. I mean, we got 30 degrees been going on up in the North Yukon, Northwest Territories. That's on the Arctic Ocean there, right? Like, that is crazy. Same with up in northern Quebec. Forest fires have been burning up there because there's been a lot of heat up there. And we see right now, as that severe weather pattern went through Alberta and into Saskatchewan and Manitoba, it's cooled down in behind. That cold front that drove that is settled in, but that won't last too long for them, I'm sure. And this heat that's down here in the United States is making its way into British Columbia, and this is why we're going to start having increased risk of forest fire behavior, perhaps extreme fire behavior, coming in the week ahead. I mean, just look at what the daily hotspots are right now in Canada. We see a whole lot of new dots in British Columbia for fire hotspots. We see all across northern Quebec, some across northern Ontario and into Manitoba. So we got a real fire season going on. Of course, it's considered now the worst in Canadian history. Already, it's just July 4th. So we see that fire danger right now pretty low through a large swath of Alberta. That's good news for some of those areas that were burning real crazily. Certainly northern Saskatchewan, Manitoba, low fire danger right now, all through the Maritimes. That's normal, southern Quebec. But we see the danger is extreme in northern Ontario, and it's starting to get extreme in British Columbia. We're seeing more of that in northern BC, of course, but we're seeing that rise in southern BC. And with the heat coming this week, that's going to continue to rise. Duff Moisture Co. We got reds all through BC, except for a small pocket in the Rocky Mountains, right? So the layer below your feet, the earthy soil layer, dry almost everywhere. And where it wasn't dry last week, and the last time I made a video, I predicted it was going to dry out in the interior. Well, look, it has. We check our buildup index and we see fire risk is now pretty high, extreme, all across British Columbia, right? And that's what we're definitely worried about. And there's been a whole lot of new fires in BC. We got this one threatening to straddle into Alberta as well. So that's Fire 288. There's a problem child up there. Fort Liard, a couple more problem childs. That's what Gordy would call them. This person, if you work in Wildfire, you might have met. Old Gord. Fire 280, Donnie Creek, really huge. We know that. This guy north of Fort St. John. Lots of new blips on lots of new red dots. So we don't know what all that last round of lightning in the north has really brought out yet. We got lots of new dots in southern BC. Lots of new fire starts. With that heat coming this week, we're going to see increased fire behavior, probably some extreme fire behavior in places, and I'll tell you why. So we're going to skip ahead a day and go to Wednesday at 3 p.m. because today it's a pretty quiet day, Tuesday the 4th of July, but Wednesday the 5th we see already at 3 p.m. Fort St. John and Fort Nelson looking at another round of thunderstorms, right? And those temperatures in the interior, we're seeing 27 in Williams Lake, 28, Quesnel, Prince George, at 6 p.m. still, 7 p.m., Vernon 26 cooling down as we get in the evening. So we see that temperature's coming in. And one of the things I've been looking at are these, what we might call shortwave troughs. They're these strange bends that reach out in these low pressure systems and high pressure systems. So we got these strange bends coming up over the central interior. And look at this, and it develops right into a low of its own. And Thursday, 8 a.m., we're going to see temperatures start, 24 degrees in Williams Lake right in the morning, 26 in the afternoon. Thunderstorms are going to start picking up hard. Strong ones in the north, maybe. Strong ones through the Caribou Mountains into the Rocky Mountains. Then we might see at 4 p.m. more reaching out. So this forecast has really tightened up on this in the last day or two, is what I'm going to say. That when I looked at these projections 2 days ago, they were kind of iffy. More and more now, it looks like we're getting consecutive days of thunderstorms starting Thursday, Friday. Friday is going to be a real killer day. And again, we have these shortwave bends in the jet stream, or in the trough, shortwave troughs forming. This low pressure out in the coast, Friday, 9 a.m., you're going to start seeing temperatures rip up. 11 a.m., 26 degrees in Quesnel, and we're going to see wicked thunderstorms in the Caribou. We're going to see some wicked ones down south. We're talking about a day with severe weather in British Columbia. It's going to happen for sure. Look out for severe thunderstorms and look out for fire starts. And with that heat, look out for wildfire behavior. Look at these weird, the isobars are doing a lot of weird things, right? BC's getting contorted and distorted. Systems are pressing into each other. Saturday again is going to be another day of heat and thunderstorms. And some of those places down south, the places that are used to getting over 30, they're going to get over 30 on some of these days for sure. I mean, Penticton, Saturday, 30 degrees. Looks like here in Wells, Vanderhoof, we could see some real severe thunderstorms that day. Smithers, too, look out. Up in Bulkley, Takla Landing, 8 p.m., we see it kind of die off 8 to 9 p.m. But dry thunderstorms too, there's not a lot of precipitation in that. These are thunderstorms that are drinking from the ground itself, from lakes, from trees, from from the exhaust of vehicles, reflecting off pavement, sucking up everything they can, trying to form in this heat. I mean, again, look at these contortions, these shortwave bends that keep forming. We're going to see some pretty wild troughs develop Sunday. Could we have another day of severe storms again? 33 degrees in Vernon. That heat is down there. And that, we're going to see all kinds of clash between lows, highs, heat, dry, hot, coastal weather, strange bends in the fucking isobars, shortwave troughs forming, and crazy ridges. Consecutive days of thunderstorms, right? So Wednesday, maybe a little bit of a warm up for Fort St. John in the north. Thursday, we're going to see some pretty widespread activity. Friday, I think we'll see fairly severe all around. Monday, again, still seeing widespread thunderstorms. And, we might see changes in that projection for, where severity will be. I mean, this is going to look out now a little ways into the future. So, 48 hours you can kind of bet on, for sure. We got a pretty good idea going into the weekend. Looks like we're pretty confident now. We're going to see some pretty violent weather. We're going to see a lot of high temperatures. We're going to see all those indices in fire behavior go up, increase, like the buildup index, the drought moisture code, fine fuel moisture code. That's all going to go up, and things are going to dry out, and we're going to have lightning starts. And if you look at the forest fire map from this year at this time to last year at this time, there's a big difference. So we really haven't seen fire season kick off, but everything's there. Everything's in place. Last week put it in place like I said it would be. And even, this post from Jennifer Cosman, this, of our supporters and who's involved with Southern Interior Road Reports, big difference from last year to this year. Same days, a year apart. Left is last year, right is this year. Well, let's look at left last year. He just had a few starts in northern BC. A couple dots down in the south, nothing too crazy. And where are we at now? We're looking at widespread all through the north. Lots of ones that aren't under control. And we probably don't even have people on them because resources are thin. We're starting to see Type 3 crews getting pulled out, it looks like, and sent to fires. So I expect I might end up somewhere this week. Who knows? So just good luck to everybody, and watch those thunderstorms, particularly on Friday when things get, the heat is going to ramp right up this week, and the lightning is going to follow suit, and people are going to be talking about fires. There's going to be some stories. So fire behavior, warning for all of you. Thanks everyone for coming by. Please subscribe to the channel if you can. I've got all kinds of cool videos on here. Videos about our fire crew for one. Look at the playlist, Fire Season 2023. You'll see some of the action we've already been on. And definitely look up, hey, just our bunch of last videos have been really fun. Hiking and climbing around here and chasing thunderstorms in the mountains. We got it all. Grizzly bears on film, you name it. So subscribe to this channel, Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude. And of course our show with Frankie McDonald and Brandon Houck and Imogen Bailey, the Meteorological Report, Comedy Meteorology. That podcast is on every Thursday. We stream live, and then the finished product comes out and goes to radio and TV the next day. So take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.